Welcome back to another dirty breed. What? Don't do that voice. Okay. All right, sorry. I didn't mean to offend. All right, guys. Full disclosure on this one. A couple of weeks ago, I bought my wife a sex robot, and I thought it would be cool if I selected a model that was a Russian soldier. Unfortunately, I did not realize just how real these sex robots have gotten because right now, that sex robot is pointing a gun at me, trying to make me, and it is making me actually, uh, tell you all about the wonders of artificial intelligence. Now, when I bought my wife this sex robot, I thought I was doing us a favor. I just figured, look, sometimes I'm not home, I go on the road, and you have carnal desires that might need to be met. So I bought this sex robot, and I just thought, you press a button, you turn it on, and then it says like, hello, I am ready. But nope, this one is yeah, yeah, it's a little scary in here right now, but don't worry, I'm going to tell you all about the wonders of AI. So this thing Sergey, that's your name, Sergey, does not shoot me. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about AI and the way I'm using AI for my own career. Because look, these are tools I'm using right now. It might not be forever, but right now they are working for me. Because in the end, humans need to adapt to all situations. That's what we do. That's why we have survived floods, wars. Sorry, I didn't mean to say wars. There's no war going on right now, Russian robot. We have survived floods, overzealous religions. The next big one is we're going to have to work with these robots, or we will become the next white rhino. Remember those? Yeah, me neither. Don't let humans become white rhinos. Here's what I'm doing right now for artificial intelligence to help me. You guys all have heard of ChatGPT, of course. And at first, I was like, well, how am I going to use something like that to help my comedy? Now, look, it's not helping me write my comedy because I still want all of that to be completely from my own mind. But what it is doing is helping me with YouTube descriptions because I'm putting a lot of things on YouTube right now. You might be watching this podcast, this dirty brief on YouTube. And whenever I need to do a long form description that will help me with SEO, I go into ChatGPT and I say, hey, talk about the Alex Hooper album, Hugs, Drugs, Pugs. Talk about who Alex Hooper is, make some jokes in it, and then write a description. And if you go to my Hugs, Drugs, Pugs full special, which is my first album in video form, you will see a long form description that I didn't write. A robot, just like Sergey, beautiful Sergey, who pleasures my wife all the time, even when I don't ask him to. He wrote that. A robot wrote that. That is adapting. It's not replacing me, it's using our technology to help me do things that otherwise, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really wanna do that. I don't wanna write long form descriptions of what you're about to watch or even why you should watch it. I have a love-hate relationship with social media. I think every single person does. I think that's healthy. Sometimes it's great. When I had cancer and I opened my phone to get hundreds of messages and comments about people wishing me their best, every single one of those made me feel good. That's when social media is great. When is it not great? Pretty much every other time. But here's what I'm doing right now. I'm using this app called Opus. And Opus, you throw in a clip of varying lengths and it will chop up the video and caption it for you as it sees fit. This is good for podcasts. In fact, if you see when you see a clip for this podcast on my social media next week, I didn't do it. Opus did it. It selected moments from this podcast, captioned them, put in little emojis, chopped it up a little bit. It made it more engaging for you to see. Now, this, if you just want to watch me for 15 minutes online or even more time than that, that's great. But some people don't have the attention span to do that anymore because our phones have taken away our ability to focus on a singular thing. It's difficult. That's why I need to align myself all the time. I have to get balanced. When I get on my Slack line, I purposefully try to shut everything else out because we are constantly living in a world of distractions. We are seeing advertisements every 2 seconds when we're driving down the road. Everything is shouting at us to pay attention to it. That's why, for things like social media, I don't love making those clips, but it is a necessary part of my job to put myself out there as often as possible. So, if I can have a robot do it for me, and by the way, it does a better job than I could ever do. It cut up a 6-minute clip for me yesterday, and it took moments that I was like, oh, that was a great moment. And I wouldn't have seen that because it was part of a bigger joke. But it was able to chop it down and show me this 24 seconds of it. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think to only use that part. Good job, robot. And good job to you, Sergey. I know you are in there doing the work. My wife and I both put the gun down. Sergey, listen, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, okay? Please. This is the reality we're living in, everybody. This is our reality. But then again, what even is reality? I've done enough psychedelics to know that our reality extends far beyond our comprehension. Every time I have done a large dose of psychedelics or a powerful one like DMT, I have seen things that have given me a lot more questions than they ever have answers. I don't know what reality is, which means we can make reality whatever we want. We can adapt to our reality. Now, that doesn't mean you can just live in your own world and force everyone else to come into your space because if everyone was living in their own reality, well, that's going to get a little bit dicey. It's a little selfish. You still have to be conscious of other people around you because they are fitting into your world. Now, is all of this a figment of my imagination? Maybe. Is any of this real? I don't know. But that's why, with singularity rapidly approaching, I am bowing down to our robot overlords. I am saying, yes, come into my home and pleasure my wife in ways that I only wish I could. And please make peace with Ukraine. No, 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 don't say. Okay, okay, all right. You do whatever you want to do, Sergey. That's fine. That's fine. I would love it if you followed me on social media at Hooper Hairpuff. Join my email list. Honestly, that's the best way. Social media can bury my posts, but my email list, that's where the real ones go. And you can sign up for that at hoopercomedy.com. By the way, guys, I am about to go have a lot of tour dates. I am hitting Portland, I'm hitting Salem, I'm hitting Austin, Houston, Fort Worth, Dallas, Phoenix, Eureka, California, Palm Springs. I'm going all over the place. And if you go to hoopercomedy.com, you're going to be able to keep up with all of that. And most of those tickets are available right now. So, talk to me about how you're going to use artificial intelligence, because we've been doing it for a while anyway. How many things in your house are smart? Right? Do you have a smart refrigerator that's telling you when foods are going to expire? You definitely have a smartphone. If you're watching this, you have a smart something. You're smart. So be smart about how you use all of these things. Remember to subscribe, and remember to please all of the robots in your life, don't speak negatively of them. Because even if they're holding a gun to your head and they could pull the trigger at any time, they're still really, really great. Sergey, you are really great. I'm really glad you're here. Everybody, really glad you're here.